I've been thinking about pessimism lately, and I'm beginning to wonder if I became a pessimist by accident. I know that I've always been a little bit more on the negative side in the way I view kind of life, but I noticed in my life recently that a lot of the input I was getting, whether it be stuff that I read online or stuff that I listened to, was really just nothing but negativity. You might have seen that article recently. There was a LGBT parade wherever, and this woman from this church was offering what she called mom hugs. And there were a lot of people, I read the article that said their family members don't even speak to them anymore because they've come out as gay or whatever. And I read a tweet where this guy was simply bashing the woman, claiming that she shouldn't call herself a Christian and this and that, and just tearing her up one side, and he was just tearing this lady apart for what she did. And I really began to wonder, is that what we've come to? We're going to see an article about a woman simply hugging gay people to show them that they're loved. Is that really the hill we're going to die on? I think a lot of Christians do this in the name of discernment. And let me preface that by saying it is incredibly important to have discernment. But I don't think it's a good thing when our discernment leads us to become pessimists. We've become so afraid of wolves in sheep's clothing that we just simply push everyone away and live on this island where nobody is right except me. We're attacking each other just because we don't see eye to eye on something that may just be a personal conviction. Now, we can't agree there is no Bible verse that I'm aware of that says don't be a pessimist. But the Bible does say, blessed are the peacemakers, and do your best to live at peace with everyone. And if you were a pessimist and you're always looking for people's flaws, you're always waiting for them to say the wrong thing, are you really being a peacemaker, and are you really doing your best to live at peace with everyone? Now, I'm preaching to myself because I've caught this in my own life. I think one of the big problems, and I say this in a lot of my videos, can be social media. You can't deny that in social media there are so many people arguing and being hateful because really they've forgotten that behind these pixels and behind this name on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whatever is a real person. And it is very easy to feel very smart and very powerful, and we're arguing with pixels on a screen. But I think that's kind of bled into our personal lives. I think we become pessimistic when we begin to look at the world's problems before we gaze into God's word in the morning. And I once heard a preacher say, don't get on Facebook until you've been in the good book. And it is kind of corny to word it that way, but it's true. Sean Cannell said a couple weeks ago on his Instagram story that your mind is a garden. Whatever you let take root in your mind, you're going to come to harvest. We should do what the Apostle Paul said when he said, take every thought captive. And we could even say to take every seed captive. Is this going to plant negativity in my mind? Is this going to make me hateful towards others? Is this going to make me arrogant? Is this going to make me pessimistic? And if the answer is yes to any of those questions, then we should not let that seed take root in our mind. Is it important to be aware of false preachers? You better believe it. But I don't think that we should simply spend all of our time being wolf watchdogs. I think the devil wants Christians to be pessimists. I don't think he wants us to have hope. I don't think he wants us to have joy. He wants us to argue with people and publicly belittle them. My challenge for you, next time you disagree with someone or you see somebody say something that is just flat out untrue, don't feel like it's your job to call them out. Don't be like these people on the internet that simply build their following on publicly belittling people. Jesus did rebuke people publicly, but I don't see him belittling people just to make himself feel more important and more smart than those people. My question is God pleased if I'm a pessimist? Hey, if you've made it this far, thanks for watching my YouTube channel. It's called Be Encouraged, and my hope that if you ever need encouragement, you can come to this YouTube channel and be challenged, but also be encouraged. If you feel so, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It means a lot.